Hey everybody, Relic here, and this is Dungeon Defenders Awaken. Now I'm going to do a step-by-step build process for the keep, and I will be putting all of the characters you'll need and all of the runes that you'll be using associated with those characters down in the description. So if you have any questions about runes and what levels they are, that should all be in the description. And yeah. Anyways, so we're going to start things off with a monk, and we're going to use some Ensnare auras here. I like to put my first one right here, but this will be based on your range, okay? You want the range to at least get to the staircase. And the Ogre that's going to be placed here will have a OverClock underneath it, so it'll make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to place my second one right here. Along with a Strength Drain aura. Then we're going to go up here, jump to the other side, and put a Ensnare aura on this tree. That'll help with the Ogre copters and slowing them down. We're going to go to the other side of the map, and we're going to put our last combo on top of this lantern. A Ensnare and Strength Drain. So now we're done with the monk. So we're going to move on to our summoner, and we're going to put our walls in. Now I use ogres. I haven't tested it with anything else, but I'm almost positive that it does not matter what you use for your walls. I just like ogres. Okay? They're smelly, they have layers, they're like onions. What? They hit like a truck. And they're a wall, so why not? Just go ahead and copy my placement for all of these ogres. Like, crazy placement, bottom of the stairs, you know? Right in the middle of the door, guarding the crystal. Nothing crazy. Alright, we have all our ogres down. Now I'm going to move on to explosive traps. I'm going to place one right here as close to this taller slab as I can. I'm going to place a explosive trap right in front of the aura stack. I'm going to place another one right here in the middle of this door. I'm going to place another one by this rock. And I'm going to place the very last one right in between these two rocks here on the lower one against this big rock. Alright, that's the last explosive trap. Now we're going to move on to our PDS. We'll go up here. Place two PDS right here. And we might as well do our reflects while we're here as well. So a 1DU reflect in front of these guys. And we'll do all the reflects. One in front of this ogre. I like to angle it a little bit. You don't have to. You can figure it out. A lot of the ranged attacks will come from that door, and yeah. Anyways, it's all good, all good. And then we'll place one right here. Block anything from hitting that ogre. This is mostly just extra DU that I didn't know what to do with. They're probably not even necessary. So we'll put one there, and we'll start our next PDS stack behind this crystal. Right here, and then we'll do our reflex. 1DU. Put this one right at the same distance back. And have to get it to where it's only 1 DU and as close to the crystal as you can. And then this is, again, this is extra DU that I didn't really know what to do with, but throw it right there. Just in case a projectile makes it past this one, we're still guarding our crystal. This ogre does not take that much heat, so he's not going to get a reflect. We're going to do another PDS stack right here. And you might be asking, why am I not OverDrive or overclocking anything? And that is because we are going to be using our separate EV that uses OverDrive Rune. We're going to put a reflect here, 1 DU, and then 1 here, also 1 DU. That'll cover those. And that should be it for the reflects after. I'm actually completely wrong. We're going to put a reflect right here. Guard that crystal just for any incoming random projectiles. In case I forget to close this rift, you know, an archer or something might shoot right past my ogre. But with that reflect there, it will stop it. So now we're going to do all of our overdrive or overclock beams. This ogre is going to get an overclock along with the explosive trap under it. That explosive trap is not going to get anything. Of course our PDS are going to get one. This combo over here is going to get one. Just 3 DU for each one of these. This ogre is going to get one, because we don't want the ogre to go down. Even if he doesn't get that much heat, we don't want him to go down for any other reason. Then we're going to go over here, give this ogre explosive trap combo a overclock, and another one right here. And our PDS up top are also going to get the overclock as well, obviously. And that is the entire build. As you can see, we used all the DU. As far as upgrades go, it's going to depend on your fortitude for your explosive traps, but for me, 2 levels into each one, 2 levels into each ogre. I don't put any levels into the overclocks, for the ogres and explosive traps anyway. Two levels, 2 levels, 2 levels, levels, 2 into that, then 2 into this one. Now we have 3720 mana, 3700 mana to use. I like to put 2 levels into the beam, 2 into each PDS. We're going to do that around the map. Alright, now you got 1000 mana that you can just put anywhere you'd like. Anywhere. Doesn't matter where. You can put it, if your walls are weak, put another upgrade into the walls that end up going down if a wall goes down. You'll have to figure it all out because everybody has different stats. You're not going to have the same stats as anybody else because it just depends on what gear you find. And for me, this lane always seems to be the trouble child, so I like to put 1 extra level into each one of the PDS, and then just say that it's good. So basically, that is how I build the keep, and I will bring you back when I am about to start wave 25, and I'll show you how that plays out. As you can see, the build, it handles the waves pretty well. Now, I did show off that I closed all the portals. Now, this just makes the map easier. This build, I technically do let most of the portals stay open. There's a few portals that I dislike, and I will go ahead and mention that now, is that I would say that this portal back here, this portal, I always close. That's a portal that I just always close. Let's see, there's one mob that is stuck somewhere. It's a kobold over here. Ah, there he is. Alright, easy peasy. Now the boss will spawn right here. And what I like to do personally is I'll spin on him, and he'll try and smack you, and if he does hit you, he sends you flying. So your best bet is to run up, spin, and then back up, let him attack, and then go back in. I'll pop my skill at 2, spin, back up, go back in. And he's already on the ground. If you don't have a lot of mana, just sit here and turn off your skill and wait for it to recharge. If you don't have a lot of mana regen. And that'll help you conserve a little bit. I like to drag them a little bit further over here, and then just, you go to town. I would suggest never activating the bait. You don't really want him to go back out and recycle that howling process. Just fight him until he's dead. Personally, I think that's just a better way to fight him. And enjoy all the good loot. Personally, I'm looking for a new Wolfbane sniper, so I'll open it on my Huntress. 343 with only 2 attack. That is a terrible, terrible sniper. That is awful. That is also not a very good Arcanist helmet, but that's kind of how this game plays out. You have to do a map like 30 to 50 times until you can get something you want. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I hope it helped you out a little bit. Maybe it'll help you clear it for the first time. I know that there's a lot of prep that you need to do things like this, but this is the final map, or the final boss map of the game on the hardest difficulty. You're gonna need to do some kind of preparation. So hopefully this helps you clear it, and you get all that sweet, sweet loot, snipers, smashers, claymores, and you just start owning everything. Alright guys, my name is Relic, and I guess that's it. Peace.